to JQH Arena on the campus of Missouri State University, where tonight MC22 brings you coverage of the 65th annual Greenwood Blue and Gold Holiday Basketball Tournament. In tonight's Gold Division Championship game, it's the Willard Tigers against the Glendale Falcons. Good evening once again, everyone, from the Q. I'm Don West along with Mike McClure. This ought to be a great battle tonight between Willard and Glendale for the Gold Championship. The winner, Mike, looks to join Nixa as the 2010 Blue and Gold Tournament champions.
This will be a heck of a basketball game, Don. We look forward to Glendale and Willard, two very athletic teams, two teams that can really shoot the basketball extremely well.
Now, Willard has a size advantage in this game, and they got three bigs with the athletic Tim Huskisson and Kyle Raby and Skylar Frazier on the inside.
Yeah, it is more than just Tim Huskisson. Of course, the Division I signee headed to Northern Colorado. Skylar Frazier and Kyle Raby are great compliments to Tim Huskisson. People outside of Willard may not have heard too much about Frazier and Raby, but they will after tonight.
No doubt about it. Now, the Glendale Falcons can really get it up and down the floor. They can put a lot of points on the board in a hurry.
4 starters in double figures, almost 5. This team averages 80 points per game. They shoot 57% from the field, and Sean Williamson has a very, very good basketball team.
Willard and Glendale for the gold title tonight at the 65th annual Blue and Gold, and we'll get it underway when we come back to JQH in a minute.
Used to be you'd have to travel over 300 miles to Mercy Medical Center if something happened to you. But that's all changed. See, Mediacom designed, just for us, this fiber optic network that connects Mercy out in Mason City to the Algona Health Center, just over that hill there. So our local docs can work with all kinds of specialists without ever leaving their offices. Something isn't.
Get an early $8,000 holiday gift from Reliable Chevrolet. That's right. Get up to $8,000 off a large selection of select 2011 Impalas only at Reliable Chevrolet. Or make a deal on a Chevy Aveo with payments starting as low as $147 per month with approved credit. Go to ReliableChevy.com for details. Holiday savings with up to $8,000 off select Impalas. Award-winning deals every day at Reliable Chevrolet.
This event.
Don West, Mike McClure at JQH Arena, where a presentation goes on at center court now honoring Dr. Ron Snodgrass, and there are the Blue and Gold tournament officials lined up to salute their former officiating comrade, Ron Snodgrass, whom we visited with at halftime of the last game. Janice Duncan, Greenwood's director, presenting him with a plaque honoring his 22 years of service as a Blue and Gold official.
Greenwood Laboratory School Director, Dr. Janice Duncan, is at
now I bet she goes over and shakes hands with every one of these guys
to commemorate this event.
Big night for Ron Snodgrass.
And now the starting lineup.
Time to get to the business of the Gold Division Championship. The 1-seed Glendale and the 2-seed Willard going for the title in the effort to join Nixa in the winner's circle as the 2010 Blue and Gold Tournament champions for 2010. The Willard starting lineup tonight. Corey Weiland is a very good point guard. Bobby Hampton is a workhorse who plays taller than his 6'1" frame. And then there's Tim Huskisson, the athletic 6'4" senior, Skylar Frazier, a broad-shouldered 6'4" senior, and Kyle Raby at 6'5". And he is very much improved this season. The head coach of the Tigers is Dusty Killingsworth. In his second season as the boys' head coach, a former girls' head coach at Willard, before becoming the boys' coach now in season number 2 after Travis Evans was let go as the Willard boys' coach. 4-1 in the Blue and Gold tournament. Glendale looks like this. Joey Harbor and Blake Friedman at guards. And then it's Hedges and Hodges at forwards. Tommy Hedges, Mason Hodges, and Cameron Johnson, who we got to know very well during the football season as a wide receiver. He is 6'3" and a junior, the leading rebounder for the Falcons at 8.2 boards a game. And Sean Williamson is the head coach of Glendale. He spent 9 years at Willard before moving to Glendale, now in season number 7 as the head coach of the Falcons. 24-11 all-time in the blue and gold, including a 13-2 record as Glendale's head coach in this tournament.
Number 32, Cameron Johnson.
And as Ron Snodgrass finishes his greetings with all the blue and gold officials working the championship game here in the gold tonight, Darren Banner, Kelly Hunt, and Bill Keeter. It'll be Willard in black, Glendale in white. 1 versus 2. And Willard really earning its number 2 seed with wins over West Plains, Reed Spring, and Branson, defeating the Pirates in the semis last night 59-45. Glendale beat Buffalo and Spokane in the first 2 rounds and defeated the Ava Bears 77-61 in the semis. Glendale is averaging 75 points a game in the blue and gold. And Willard has played a staunch defense against its tournament opponents. That's out of bounds and will stay with Willard.
Last night versus Branson, Willard shot 56% from the field, held Branson to just 37% shooting from the field. They will need that type of defensive effort tonight against this very good shooting Glendale team.
And against Reed Spring in the second round, Willard held the Wolves to 24 points, and that was an all-time Willard low for an opponent scoring in a game.
All the way back to 1948 when they held Mount Vernon to 26.
Bobby Hampton with the first basket of the gold championship. This is our first look at Glendale this season and Willard in front of our cameras. We'll see both teams later on in the year. The Glendale boys against Kickapoo in February at Drury University, and Willard against Republic also in February a week later, right before districts get started. There's Kyle Raby, and he made a living at that last night against Branson.
Their best field goal shooter, 64% on the season, averaging 13 points per game, 16 in his last 2.
9 for 12 shooting against the Pirates. Mason Hodges with a charging foul. And one of the biggest storylines tonight, you have on the Glendale bench head coach Sean Williamson. You have on the Willard bench his son Grant Williamson, who is in the 8-man rotation for Dusty Killingsworth. No one can think of any other time that in a blue and gold final a father coached against a son. Glendale on the move. In and out for Joey Harbor. That's Spud's little brother. Spud really lighting it up for Evangel now. Bobby Hampton down low, and another foul on Mason Hodges, his second.
That's critical. Mason Hodges, Glendale's leading scorer at 16 points per game, had 20 in the win last night. Sean Williamson forced to go to his bench early.
And he's got a fairly deep bench, and a bench that can keep the pace very fast for Glendale.
Gone after the first free throw attempt that was missed by Bobby Hampton. Here is a big difference between these two teams. Glendale on the year, 71% free throw shooting team, 74% in this tournament. Willard just 59% from the stripe on the season and just 58% in this tournament. Keep that in mind as we go along tonight.
Casey Wagner in for Glendale. Hampton makes good on the second.
He was just a 46% free throw shooter.
Sean did not want this game to happen. He wanted Willard to be in the other division. That's off for Tommy Hedges. Ahead to Raby, but too fast. But when you consider the way the pairing came together, you had Nixa that was going to be a 1 seed. You had Glendale that it was decided would be a 1 seed. Well, you can't put Parkview in Glendale's division because of the unwritten rule that the city schools have to be in different divisions. Well, that leaves Willard. And they earned a 2 seed. So here you have it. Down low, but picked off by Cameron Johnson.
Frazier too late on that pass.
Blake Friedman who Sean calls the heart and soul of this team. Wide open for three, and he misses again.
This is the exact opposite of what happened for the Glendale Falcons last night in their game against Ava. They won at 77-61. In the first quarter, Glendale shot 11 of 14 from the field. They led 29-5 at the end of the first quarter last night.
Here's Nolan Betlock, the little guy who we got to see during the football season this year for the Falcons. He's 5'6" and a junior, and the leading assist maker for the Falcons at nearly 4 a game.
Keep around, Corey Weiland had 7 assists against the Pirates 24 hours ago.
Huskisson drives. There's a foul on the floor. So Willard will inbound underneath. The Glendale foul goes to Tommy Hedges. And Willard will try to add to their 5-0 start. It comes into Raby, but it's knocked out again.
Hustle by Cameron Johnson, knocking that one out of bounds.
It's the 56th blue and gold for Willard. They have won 89 games, losing 56. The 89 is tied for second all time with Lebanon, second only to Rogersville with 102 wins. Falcons move it. Wagoner up and in. Casey Wagoner has Glendale history in his blood. His grandfather is Jack Roberts, the first basketball coach and a 3-time blue and gold champion at Glendale. Jack is still with us, but he's in poor health and has been for several years. Underneath. Hedges will work it. Offensive as he hits Huskisson. And that's 2 on Tommy Hedges.
Tommy Hedges in the first quarter last night was a perfect 7 for 7 from the field. Quickly, Sean Williamson's team in foul trouble. Tommy Hedges with 2 and Mason Hodges with 2. Thomas Halter, a 6'2" junior, in for the Falcons.
Halter, 5.5 points a game off of Sean's bench. Weiland works it, approaching the midway point of the first quarter. And Kelly Hunt has a foul underneath.
Betlock was holding Tim Huskisson.
Sean Williamson was 11-9 in his tenure at Willard in the blue and gold.
John, you got Betlock at 5'6", trying to guard Huskisson, but still a basket, that time for Skylar Frazier. Let's see if the Tigers use that advantage next time down floor.
That's where Willard has the advantage. That hits the rim about 5 times and falls in for Joey Harbor.
His team high 18th three of the year.
But only 27% from the arc for Harbor. That'll count for Sky Frazier.
He is just a junior, second team all-conference last year as a sophomore. He's Willard's leading scorer. He scored at 169 points this year. Very aggressive move to the basket.
Team foul number 6 already on Glendale. The first on Thomas Halter. One shot for Skylar Frazier. He does go by Sky. That's the same name as the former Missouri State Bear from a few years ago.
Frazier just 5 for 10 from the free throw line in this tournament.
And there's your free throw bugaboo again for Willard. So Glendale could get it back to a single point, but they'll travel on this possession. Thomas Halter called for the step. Spencer Blacksher into the game for Willard. He can hit a 3 once in a while. He's a senior, 6'4", and more size coming off the bench for Dusty Killingsworth.
Percentage-wise, he is their best three-point shooter at 48%.
Yeah. Now, it's going to go offensive.
So
on Huskisson with an elbow. Tim Huskisson committed to University of Northern Colorado, where Tate Unruh from Branson is now. those two have communicated a lot. And Tate has told him about, you know, what it's like to be away from home and the campus in Greeley, Colorado on the northern edge of the state. Here's a drive and a block on Blackshear. So Spencer Blackshear picks up his first foul and Willard's second as a team. Cameron Johnson will shoot.
Second team foul at the line.
A second generation
Cameron Johnson.
basketball star. His dad is Michael Johnson, who played at Drury in the mid-'80s, and he played on the same team as Rod Gorman, Rogersville's coach.
Cameron, good free throw shooter, 78% on the season. 5 for 7 in this tournament. Before that, 6 for 8.
71% from the field.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, most of what this guy shoots goes in. Willard had the 5-0 start, but Glendale right back in it, and Huskisson with a miss, and Willard will have a chance, or Glendale, a crack at the tie or the lead. Johnson almost came back down, but he gets it up and in. 9-9. Now Huskisson is fouled, and he'll shoot. Cameron Johnson with foul number 1. Tim Huskisson to shoot.
17 foul.
He was in on just a horrific scene in Lebanon on December 10th. He got his legs taken out from under him on a dunk try and landed basically flat on his face. He had a knot the size of a walnut underneath his eye, and he set out a couple of games with kind of precautionary, but just a couple of days after it happened, he didn't have any concussion symptoms.
He's a fortunate young man.
Willard lost one of those games that he missed to Marshfield, 82-80. They beat Camdenton by 3 without him. Here's Blackshear. Count it. Tough play inside for Spencer Blackshear. Frazier was fronting Cameron Johnson there. That will be first foul on Sky Frazier.
Foul on Skylar Frazier, his first.
Tommy Hedges back in with 2 fouls and still 2:27 to go in the first quarter.
Foul cut number 24, Tommy Hedges.
Blake Friedman will work it for the Glendale Falcons. That's Harbor. 3 more for him. His second 3 for 6 points. Huskisson will go back to the line.
Don't blink or you will miss Tim Huskisson. So fast at the other end of the floor.
31, Blake Friedman, his first 8th team foul.
Wow, already 8 fouls on Glendale. We haven't even played 6 minutes.
And Huskisson, we're told if you were there and you saw it, and we've seen and talked to people who were, you would have thought it could have been a catastrophic injury for Tim Huskisson. He was unconscious for about a minute, left in an ambulance, then woke up and asked if he could get back in the game. That wasn't quite going to happen. Cameron Johnson. Now Harbor. That's 3 threes for Joey Harbor. And Glendale with the lead, 15-14. Frazier gets 2 back for the Tigers. Now Johnson and Frazier, the matchup out front. Hedges all the way in for a good look. Back and forth now here late in the first quarter. Blacksher, that looked like an extra step and traveling on Spencer Blacksher. Bobby Hampton in, and Grant Williamson is out there now for Willard.
Number 30, Bobby Hampton.
I asked Dusty last night if Grant could help him out a little with game prep coverage for Glendale.
If he wanted to take his dad for a ride and come back about 9 o'clock tonight.
Oh,
nice
good
pass.
look for Harbor. The no look down low to Connor Keltner, and timeout for Dusty Killingsworth. Connor Keltner now a junior at 6'1", and the son of the former Glendale coach Mike Keltner, who won 4 blue and gold titles for the Falcons in his 15-year tenure as Glendale's head coach. Grant Williamson there, right side of your screen there, 21. They still obviously live in Willard, and that's where Sean moved the family after they migrated there from Conway, where Sean was the head coach for 5 years at the beginning of his career. Sean now 348 wins. 1986 graduate of Nixa, and he was on the floor 25 years ago tonight next door for that great 85 championship night with 10,000 people through the turnstiles at Hammond Center. Here's Grant, and that's off the edge of the backboard. Hampton follows it up and hits, and the foul to Friedman.
Bobby Hampton needs to get going offensively. Only scored 5 points in their second game against Reed Spring. Did not score against West Plains, did not score against Branson. He averages 10 points per game.
Bobby Hampton. Returning to the lineup, Tim Huskisson, along with number 25, Kyle Raby.
Looks like they gave that foul to Connor Keltner. And Hampton converts the 3. He's another one of the Willard weapons that has stepped up here tonight. Tommy Hedges with the drive in for the Falcons.
Tommy Hedges scoring.
Into Huskisson. Little contact there. 5 points for Huskisson. Now Friedman got through the defense.
Friedman for 2.
One last chance for Huskisson. It won't count. And at the end of a quarter, high-powered quarter in the gold championship, Glendale comes back to grab a 2-point lead after 8 minutes.
Hi, this is Mike Pace. Being an informed citizen is important, and MC22 is here to help. Every month, Good Morning Springfield highlights what's going on in the Ozarks. You'll get updates from the city, county, school board, and the Springfield Chamber of Commerce, as well as panel discussions on topics of local interest. Mediacom keeps you informed with what's happening here in our community. Tune in to MC22 Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and watch Good Morning Springfield. Catch it on MC22.
Here's an ordinary document. Your business depends on it and a lot of others just like it. In no time at all, storage, archiving, organization, and retrieval can become major headaches, but they don't have to. With a document management solution from Copy Products, you can scan, archive, retrieve, and distribute information faster than ever, cutting costs at the same time. Make your business more efficient with Copy Products Incorporated, your digital office equipment and document management specialist.
After one, Glendale 23, Willard 21. The Gold Division Championship game. Nixa won the blue title earlier over Parkview, 59-44. Will be Glendale's ball to start the second. And here is Mike McClure.
Okay, Don, thank you very much. It's the 10th time these two schools have played high school basketball. Glendale leads the series 7 games to 2. The last time they met, 2008 in Willard, Falcons won it 82-70. The runner off the iron.
Another first-time meeting in the blue and gold finals with these two.
Huskisson with a great dish to Hampton. Offensive foul called by referee Kelly Hunt. That's going to be second on Tim Huskisson.
Tim Huskisson, that's his second foul.
So he'll have to be a little careful now.
These schools have met 4 times in the blue and gold. Glendale has won twice. Willard won in 06 in the semifinals that year, 77-65. Alex Henderson had 23 points. Then Willard went on to win the championship in 06. Fadeaway jumper good. Harper in double figures with 11.
That was the third of 3 straight titles for Willard, 04, 05, 06, with Alex Henderson and Travis Wilkins in that team.
Baseline jumper won't go down for Huskisson, and a good rebound by Cameron Johnson. In the 06, they won over Rogersville 55-42. Runner at the other end, Cameron Johnson with 6. A nice spurt here after the 21 all tie. Willard with 6 unanswered. Biggest lead for the Falcons. Huskisson can fill it up. His 16th three of the year, a team high. 60% shooter from the field, 41% from 3. Glendale tries to answer. Cameron Johnson with 8. There's football mentality, if you will, on the basketball court. Huskisson. Hampton keeping it alive. 2-on-2 the other way, but Harbor will wait for the other white jerseys to get down floor. Blake Friedman in traffic. Tommy Hedges. Dusty wants a timeout. Tommy Hedges with 7. 32-24 Falcons. Schools with the most blue and gold game victories. Rogersville still leading the way with 102.
Holding steady after losing into Willow Springs in the 3rd place game tonight. And then Willard and Lebanon tied at 89. Then Ozark, Branson, and Nixa. Nixa getting win number 80 tonight in the championship game. Bull within 1 of Branson. Rogersville still the kings of games won. But Willard looking to be the 2nd school to get to 90 here tonight.
This big differential in 3-point shooting, especially the last 2 games. Glendale's made 16 threes. Willard has made just 3 threes. And the 3-point shooting now for the Glendale Falcons. Joey Harbor with 3 threes. Tommy Hedges with 1. Falcons just a terrific shooting team. It's at 57% from the field as a team. They are never out of it. They average 80 points per game. Scored a school record 104 when they beat St. Louis Imagine in the Kickapoo tournament, 104-57 back on December 3rd. Imagine that.
Well, I thought the team scoring record might go down this year.
There's a 3 ball out of the left pocket for Spencer Blacksher.
Number 20, Spencer Blacksher.
As we said, their best 3-point shooter at 48%. Kyle Raby on the board.
Still alive.
Huskisson for 3.
With Raby bringing it down court, and that's where he's improved a lot this year, handling the ball and just being a presence in all facets of the game.
Shot over Huskisson won't go down for Mason Hodges. Frazier cut off by Johnson, and it's taken away by Nolan Betlock.
So yeah, Glendale averaging 75 a game in the tournament. I thought the team scoring record might go down this year, but Glendale would need about 124 or so tonight to make that happen.
Leaner for Hodges. Betlock trying to keep it alive. Will, as Kelly Hunt says, it was last touched by Kyle Raby. Right in front of the Willard student body section as they voice their opinion.
The highest scoring team in blue and gold history was the John Brown Dixon team of 1968, which averaged almost 87 points a game in its run.
Joey Hart Harbor from the elbow. Huskisson for the lead. Tommy Hedges in a hurry to Harbor. Harbor for three. Team's now cooling off from the field. Willard with numbers. Raby with the left hand.
Kyle Raby, Mike, had a tooth abscess, which is a very painful thing and it's hard to recover from. In early December, he missed a little time with that.
Nolan Betlock on the dribble penetration for his first basket of the night. After the 32-all tie, the fourth already of the half. Answering for the Tigers, Kyle Raby with 6. Isn't this fun tonight at JQH? Betlock down the boulevard and a foul.
Raby is just gassed. He's ready to come out for a break. They gave the foul to Blackshirt. Grant Williamson back in.
Tim Huskisson gets a breather.
And Weiland and Willard will go small with Weiland and Williamson at the same time here once in a while. Jace Stack headed in now, a senior. He's the 8th man and in the rotation for Willard.
Six Willard guys basically either average 5 or 6 rebounds per game. They are a terrific rebounding team. No rebounding superstar, but as a team, they know how to go get it. Travel as Cameron Johnson couldn't quite get the feet set before the shot.
When you've got that many guys that crash the boards like they do, that makes it that much tougher on the opposition.
Weiland to Frazier. Unselfish to Hampton for the and one.
That's how Bobby Hampton plays, so much bigger than his 6'1" frame. Look at him forcing down there under the basket with this Glendale team that's not all that tall, and he gets the and one again.
First personal on Casey Wagner. Hampton just a 46% free throw shooter, can't finish the three-point play. The runner for Halter. Junior averaging 6 points per game, ties it at 36. Hampton.
He's back.
This is kind of reminded me of Kickapoo versus Glendale at Drury that one year when they both shot over 60% in the first half.
Yeah.
Those numbers were crazy. Grant Williamson with his first personal. 16 foul on the Tigers. Off the inbounds to Johnson for the and one. Johnson with 10 points. Hampton a little late. His first personal. This to give the Falcons the lead again.
Glendale, Mike, looking to become just the second school to win 10 titles tonight. Kickapoo's the only one. Glendale has won 9, so have Central and Ozark. Sean just one blue and gold title as Glendale's coach, and total he didn't win any when he was at Willard.
Second personal on Thomas Halter. Tommy Hedges and Mason Hodges done a good job of not picking up a third foul. Corey Weiland's first free throw good.
His dad is a former blue and gold tournament official, Guy Weiland. It's been a while, the early 80s I think is when Guy wrapped up his blue and gold officiating career.
Corey Weiland 12 for 18 from the free throw line on the season, 67%. That was his first trip to the line in the tournament. Bill Keeter with a foul call.
We will be in 1-1.
Corey Weiland's first.
Corey Weiland, that's his first 8th team foul.
Tim Huskisson back in for the Tigers.
Blake Friedman, one of our
At the line, Blake
Mediacom managers, is his dad, Alan Friedman.
Like 28 for 37 from the stripe this year, 76%. Averaging in double figures at 11 per game, only averaging 5 points in his 3 tournament games. Misses the front end. Eight ties already here in the first half. Weiland getting out of trouble. Williamson. Strong.
And Grant may be a little fired up tonight.
It's probably as hard on the son as it is the dad tonight, believe
No
me.
question.
3 ball.
Wow, not quite.
Going down for Halter. Frazier got it back and fouled. Skylar Frazier with 8 points.
foul number 12, Casey Wagner.
Casey Wagner's second.
Willard for the 3, JC.
Well, we have outscored the Gold Division Championship game from 2 years ago, 39-38, Branson over Nixa. It's almost halftime.
Basket was good. Frazier had 1 shot.
Frazier trying to complete the 3-point play.
Ago, the first year they played him here at J2H.
5 unanswered by Willard. Glendale tries to answer. Minute 17 to go before halftime from the foul line. That's Mason Hodges. His first basket of the night
Hodges scoring.
on a 16-point per game average, 20 points in the semifinal win. Williamson passed a little too hard that time for Bobby Hampton. Knocked out of bounds by the Falcons.
Looks like it made Hampton's head snap back there a little bit. He flipped it over there so hard.
Stack
Huskisson
checking
back
out,
in.
you're right.
Tim Huskisson. Watch for him here. Huskisson's got 2 fouls. Got to be careful here, even on the offensive end.
Frazier left that one short. Friedman. Weiland from Williamson.
There's no going for one right now in this Willard team. There's still 30 seconds left, man.
Cameron Johnson with 13, 9 here in the quarter. Williamson with 12 seconds to go in the half. Frazier with a pretty move. Double figures with 11. Still 4 seconds. Tim Huskisson claps his hands as he heads to the locker room. 90 points in the first half. It's Willard 47-43 at the break.
Thunderbird pilot I flew with, I have to make split-second decisions as a top fuel driver. Hi, I'm Brandon Bernstein, driver for Kenny Bernstein's 2010 Copart Lucas Oil Top Fuel Dragster. To make it in the NHRA, I've had to work hard, stay focused, and make smart decisions along the way. To reach your goals, you need to think straight, stay on track, and give your very best effort in everything you do. Make the right choices today and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Happy
Happy Honda Days from Don Wessel Honda. Whether you're buying or leasing, this is how Honda spreads holiday cheer. 1.9% APR financing up to 60 months with your approved credit on select Fit, Accord, Civic, Pilot, and for the first time on our most popular and best-selling CR-V. Or zero first month payment, zero down, zero security deposit, and absolutely zero due at lease signing. It's easy. See WesselHonda.com for details. And happy Honda Days and Merry Christmas from Don Wessel Honda.
That's it.
At the half, it is a shootout in the Gold Division Championship. The Willard Tigers have a 47-43 lead over the Glendale Falcons. We are going to look back at the Blue Division Championship game right now with the winning coach, Jay Osborne of Nixa, who won his third blue and gold title as a coach tonight, his second as head coach of the Nixa Eagles. Nixa beating Parkview 59-44. Jay, congratulations. Great job by your team.
Thank you very much. It feels really good. And I was just real proud of our kids. And I think we played with a real sense of urgency. And our seniors wanted it, I know. I thought they played exceptionally well tonight. And, of course, our sophomores and our juniors followed suit, too. It was, I just thought it was a great performance, both ends of the floor for us, and it feels really good.
You've just got a spectacular team, and you've scheduled about as hard as you can schedule this year, haven't you?
Well, we did. We made an emphasis to up our schedule and make it tough, and we've got a really tough January coming up. But it's going to make us better, and if we have some bumps along the way, so be it, but we feel like it's going to make us better.
What was the game plan against Parkview tonight?
Well, concentrate on defensive end. Obviously, they're two shooters, 4 and 22, Acorn and Pope. I think they've been playing really well. I've seen them play about 3 or 4 times this year already, and of course Tillery's a man-child inside, so they've got a lot of weapons. I thought we did a tremendous job on the offensive end of sharing the basketball, making the extra pass and getting the better look. And I thought defensively we probably had our best game of the year so far.
Now, Jay, we mentioned this earlier. 20 years ago last night, you won your first blue and gold title for Pleasant Hope next door here at Hammond Student Center. Looking back on that, what does that mean to you now 20 years later?
It just means that I've been in this business a long time.
But it's only 2 years at Pleasant Hope, and then you've been at Nixa ever since.
And I was very blessed to be able to land that job with some great talent, great kids. And we had our 20-year reunion up there Tuesday night. They had some players come in and they invited me up, and it was a real treat to see those guys again. And we get together every now and then, not enough as we need, but it was real special seeing them. And actually 4 of them came into the corridor down below and after our game, and I brought them in the locker room and introduced them to our team, and that was pretty special.
Rodney Mullings played on that team for you, and now he's the head coach at Pleasant Hope.
And I watched him play Tuesday night, and he's doing a heck of a job. He's doing a heck of a job. He doesn't quite have the players yet that I had when we were there, because those are pretty special players, but he's got them doing the right things, and I hope they listen to him. He's doing a good job.
Jay, you'll be back on this floor in a couple of weeks. The Bass Pro Tournament of Champions, of course, the Parkview Vikings will also be in that. Your thoughts on the TFC this year?
Well, I told somebody last time we were in about 4 or 5 years ago, it's almost a small college tournament. It's hardly a high school tournament anymore. But with that said, I sat up there in the Empire Bank Suite right up there, and I watched Kickapoo beat that team. They had like 3, 6, 8 guys, and thinking we need to be here. So luckily we were invited to play and openly took it, and it'll be a challenge. We just hope we compete and get better and I don't know, showcase our kids.
Jay, thanks for being here. Congratulations. Big night for you and the Nixa Eagles.
Thank you. Thanks for you and all your sponsors, and I appreciate you doing this for high school sports. It's a real treat.
All right, Jay, thank you. And we'll be back with more at halftime at JQH with Willard leading Glendale 47-43.
You gotta understand, out where I live, I don't get many people knocking at my door. The other day, it was some guy from MediaCom, but I didn't call for service.
I know, ma'am.
But our network operations center saw that your cable modem was not very happy, and we'd like to take a look at it. Is this guy serious? Turns out, Mr. MediaCom found a problem with my common passive splitter, and he fixed it right then and there. Can you believe that?
When is a Christmas present more than just a Christmas present? When it comes from Mitchum Jewelers.
For 45 years, we've been making Christmas wishes come true. This holiday, we want to make sure your wish comes true. Make it easy for that special someone to pick out your gift by coming to Mitchum Jewelers and filling out your personal wish list. The best part is you can get your entire list for free.
It's Mitchum Jewelers Christmas Wish Come True. Now through December 24th, visit MitchumJewelers.com for details.
Christmas isn't Christmas unless I have something under the Christmas tree from Mitchum's.
At the half, Willard by 4 over Glendale, 47-43. Couldn't have squeezed many more points into a half of basketball, Mike.
Both teams really played well. Willard got off to the 5-0 start, but the three-point baskets by Glendale started to fall. Willard at both ends of the floor. We talked about Tim Huskisson, Skylar Frazier in double figures, Kyle Raby a little slow, but Bobby Hampton was a huge Tiger in the first 16 minutes.
Let's take a look at what Willard did first and see some of the video from the first half here at the Gold Division Championship. There's Hampton underneath.
We talked about him. Only had 6 points in the first quarter.
Raby and now Frazier.
Contributions there. Corey Weiland, 7 assists last night, 4 points tonight. Tim Huskisson, a quiet 11 points. And then as far as the Glendale Falcons go, they'll move to get the shot in over Huskisson. Nolan Betlock driving to the basket uncontested there. 5'6" junior guard. Blake Friedman's only basket of the first half. Spin move there for Tommy Hedges, who finished the first half with 7 points.
Air times here on MC22 through the New Year's weekend. New Year's Eve night at 7 o'clock. New Year's afternoon at 1, and on the second Sunday at 1 o'clock as well. That'll be the Blue Division starting time for each of the rebroadcasts here on MC22, with the Gold Division game to follow after it. Well, we will catch our breath and be ready for second half action. Willard by 4 with a half to go.
There's some exciting news in the workplace. Mediacom is getting down to business. That's right. Our expertise and state-of-the-art technologies for video, internet, and phone are the perfect communication solutions for your business. Our solutions are flexible, our service reliable, and our prices are just the sort of bottom-line advantage your business is looking for.
Call Mediacom Business Services today at 1-877-454-4869.
Lots of law firms handle Social Security disability. Problem is, they also handle bankruptcy, personal injury, estate planning, car accidents, traffic tickets. It makes you wonder if they could really give your disability case its full attention. At Parmalee Law Firm, disability law is all we do. Period. All day, every day. We've won over 10,000 Social Security cases for our clients. Disability law is all we do at Parmalee Law Firm.
47-43 Willard. Second half is here. The Gold Division Championship. Sky Frazier, Tim Huskisson had 11 each for Willard in the half. Bobby Hampton with 10, and Cameron Johnson had 13 to lead the Falcons. Joey Harbor with 11, including 3 threes. Into the second half, and here again is Mike.
Don, thank you. All 9 players for Glendale that saw action in the first half scored in the first half. Huskisson a little short. Cameron Johnson, 13 points in the first 16 minutes. His best performance of the tournament. Partially blocked. And last touch by Kyle Raby.
Hard fight there between Raby and Johnson, and Raby did catch a piece of it there.
Dusty Killingsworth, just his second season as head coach, 14-12 last year, 9-2 this season.
Last year in the blue and gold, Willard was an 8 seed. They beat Ava in the first round and then lost to Nixa in the second round.
Friedman a little short. Johnson tied up by Corey Weiland. The arrow favors the Falcons. Glendale will get a few days off before their next game. Friday, January 7th, they host Hillcrest. Willard taking on Nixa Tuesday, January 4th. Nixa, the Blue Division champions. Will Willard be the Gold Division titleist? Take away by Skylar Frazier.
That's Frazier coming out and taking it away from the little guard Harbor. Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me?
You'll see that one later tonight.
Corey Weiland has it blocked by Joey Harbor.
Six-point lead now for Willard with a little momentum after that spectacular move by Tim Huskisson.
Off the inbounds, Huskisson is fouled.
Willard really became a seasoned team before the blue and gold, Mike. Their last 4 games before this tournament were decided by a total of 8 points. They beat Camdenton by 3, then lost to Marshfield by 2 without Huskisson. They lost to Parkview by 2 with Tim back, but clearly a step slow in the Parkview game. But the next night they went to Hillcrest and won by 1 and ended Hillcrest's 20-game winning streak dating back to last year's state championship.
Huskisson got the first. He gets the second and has 13. Willard by 8.
Got to be your biggest lead in this game.
Nice move, Cameron Johnson. What a night he's having, 15 points. Willard got off to a great start in their Tri-State Classic, beat Drew Central out of Monticello, Arkansas, then knocked off Fort Scott, Kansas. And the third game beat Arkansas Baptist. Here's a step out of bounds. Basketball back over to Glendale. Willard will be in the Knicks Invitational Tournament, January 27th through 29th.
They may be one of the favorites at the rate they're going.
The runner for Tommy Hedges. He has 9. Raby.
He just doesn't miss shots like that anymore. Last year he might have missed 2 or 3 out of every 10 that he tried, but he has really got it down on that inside little soft banker now this season.
Frazier trying to guard Cameron Johnson in this man-to-man defense. Hedges cut off by Hampton. Mason Hodges with the bucket.
Good little step back there by Hodges to get a step between himself and Raby.
Huskisson wanting to hit Raby, turns it over. Hodges, offensive foul.
Huskisson stepping in there again.
And on Mason Hodges, his 4th personal foul. So he goes to the bench. Connor Keltner replacing him. Big 4th foul on Mason Hodges, a 16-point-per-game scorer. Tigers by 4, 5 minutes left in the third. Blocking foul on Tommy Hedges, his 3rd.
There's a little cause for concern now for Sean Williamson.
Willard going after blue and gold title number 7. 6 times they have been a runner-up. Glendale going after their 10th title tonight. Also 6 times a runner-up. Glendale's last title back in 04, Sean's first year. They beat Bolivar 69-61. Weiland got it in over the arms of Cameron Johnson. At the other end, it's Hedges.
Tommy Hedges scoring.
He has 11. What's Tim Huskisson going to do with the ball?
Put it in the hoop.
Tim Huskisson for 2.
Whoops. Off of Keltner's foot there.
Raby, too strong. Frazier, and 1. First 2 points of the second half for Skylar Frazier. Like we said at the outset, people know who Tim Huskisson is. Skylar Frazier and Kyle Raby, they'll know after tonight. Bobby Hampton gets a well-deserved rest. Spencer Blacksher in. Second personal foul on Connor Keltner.
Look at that, Mike. Junior Skylar Frazier. He's the only non-senior starter for Dusty, and only Grant Williamson is a non-senior besides Frazier in the top 8 for Willard.
Biggest lead of the night for Willard at 9. Halfway through the third. Keltner, Johnson, smooth. Timeout, Sean Williams. Cameron Johnson with 17. 60-53 Tigers. Take a look at the most blue and gold titles. Kickapoo leading the way with 10. Glendale trying to tie their arch rival tonight. Central at 9, Ozark at 9, Hillcrest 7, Branson 7. Branson's 3-year run, 3 years in a row, going after a fourth. Didn't happen this year.
Central's last title in 1983. They've been stuck on 9 for 27 years now. And Glendale all time is 64-10 in its 20th blue and gold appearance. Right now an 865 winning percentage. That'll change tonight. Kickapoo just a notch better at 870 for an all-time winning percentage. So there's a great battle between those two schools in this tournament.
You were showing me something. Some team may drop about 8 or 9 spots because it's so jumbled up around. Is it positions around 6 through 12 somewhere in there?
Yeah, West Plains lost in the first round this year, so they may drop 5 or 6 notches on the percentage chart.
Wonderful, wonderful crowd at JQH here on championship night. It was hot today in the 60s 2 days before New Year's. It's heating up inside this evening in this Gold Division final.
May rain or something for first night tomorrow night.
Frazier forces the pass into Blacksher. It is off the hands of Glendale. Corey Weiland will trigger it in. Glendale 11-1, Willard at 9-2. Raby, tough angle. Got a feeling Glendale's going to start firing the threes. Harbor short. Huskisson had Raby. Good job to avoid the charge. Huskisson gets it back. He has 17. Really good job of pulling up late to not charge. Cameron Johnson to the rack.
Cameron Johnson scoring for the Falcons.
Weiland thought about the three. Blacksher. Cameron Johnson has had a terrific game tonight.
By far his best in the blue and gold.
Harbor around Weiland. Friedman on the penetration, got between Huskisson and Raby, but couldn't finish. Blacksher pops out.
Doesn't quite have the touch that he's had for a lot of this year. He's made one, missed a couple here, last couple of trips down.
Hedges gets the triple. 14 his second three. Have 19 points in their semifinal win against Ava. Being down by 9, Glendale within 4. Frazier trying to muscle one in. 100 seconds left in the third quarter. Keltner missed, and that's a rare miss. He was 8 for 9 from three-point range before that miss on the season. 89%.
Coach Mike taught him well.
Tim Huskisson, foul on the floor.
What are we going to do? We're going to count it.
Darren Banner looking at Bill Keeter, and they will count the basket.
Foul on number 24, Tommy Hedges, his fourth.
The fourth on Tommy Hedges, so Hedges and Hodges with 4 apiece.
And Hampton back in for the Tigers.
Basket is good by Huskisson.
Huskisson shooting for 20 now.
And 21 against West Plains, 19 against Branson. 19 against Drew Central, 22 against Arkansas Baptist. Don, you and I both saw Willard earlier this year in that Tri-State Classic. The first comment I made was how much stronger this team was, how much time they've spent in the weight room.
All of them.
Every one of these players. Huskisson put on about 15 pounds and grew about 1.5 inches since last year.
And Frazier maybe actually a little more slender, but with more muscle.
Foul by referee Kelly Hunt.
Foul on number 11, Corey
Weiland second.
First team foul into the game for the Tigers. Number 21, Grant Williams.
Grant Williamson back in. Yes, not scored tonight. Scored 6 points in the tournament.
Grant doesn't need to score right now to be a valuable part of this Willard team.
Thomas Halter with the leader. His third and fourth points of the game.
Foul on
Bobby Hampton's second personal.
Second team foul.
This will be just the fifth free throw shot by the Falcons. They are 3 of 4 tonight.
One shot.
Again, 74% in the tournament, 71% on the season. Halter just 1 for 2 from the line in the tournament, gets that one to go. Glendale within 4. Half-court trap. Good pressure by Wagner, but a little too close. Third on Casey Wagner.
His third foul.
Sixth team foul on Glendale. Next one puts Willard at the line. Willard only 2 team fouls in the second half.
No way are they going to go for one.
Tim looking for the foul, didn't get it. Nolan Betlock. I'd be surprised to see Glendale hold it for one. A wise thing to do here, down 4. Willard will have the ball to start the fourth quarter if there's not a tie-up here in the next 14 seconds. Betlock. Number 2 seed Willard leading number 1 seed Glendale by 4 with 8 minutes to play in this one.
Our fugitive has been on the run for 90 minutes. Average foot speed over uneven terrain, barring any injuries, is 4 miles per hour. What I need from each and every one of you is a full target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, and dog house in that area. Your fugitive has just cashed in his 401k plan, and all he had to do was roll it over.
Learn about rollovers and protecting your financial future, and choose to save.
You can't mess with a big dog.
The best communities are built on strong, small businesses. I'm Rick Hewlett, owner of Rick's Automotive for 30 years and a member of the Springfield Area Chamber of Commerce for 27 years. I joined the Chamber to make connections with other business owners and to help grow my business. In these tough economic times, it's good to know the Chamber is here to help keep our local economy strong and help small businesses like mine succeed. Learn more about how to get involved at springfieldchamber.com.
Along with Don West, Mike McClure at JQH Arena. Championship night of the Blue and Gold basketball tournament. Earlier this evening, Nixa claiming the Blue Division title with a 59-44 win over Parkview. And here it's number 2 seed Willard leading top seed Glendale 65-61. One way or another, there will be a special embrace between father and son at the end of this one. Dad, Sean Williamson, coach of the Glendale, the son, Grant Williamson playing for the Willard Tigers. 8 minutes to go in this one, and again, here is Don.
Thank you very much, Mike. Willard by 4, and they get it low to Frazier. Stripped by Friedman if he can hang on. And he gets it to Johnson.
Just have a feeling Glendale is going to come out on fire if they can hit a couple of early baskets.
Well, this would go a long way toward keeping their heads and hearts in it right here, getting the deuce after getting a stop on the other end to start the fourth quarter. Raby with a wild hook miss.
Very important for Hedges and Hodges to stay with 4 fouls apiece.
Johnson not quite, but a foul goes to Weiland, and Cameron Johnson will go to the line and try to tie the game.
Foul on Corey Weiland. It's his third team foul.
The third foul on Weiland.
32, Cameron Johnson. He'll have 2 shots.
2 throws for Cameron Johnson.
5 for 7 from the free throw line in his 3 tournament games. 78% on the season, 35 of 45.
20-point night for Johnson.
This for the 9th tie of the game if he can get it.
Won't happen for him, though. Now Frazier. He can shoot a 3 once in a while, but that's not what Willard needs. They get it to Raby, and he's just kind of lost it here the last few trips down floor. Now Frazier, Hampton ahead of him. Frazier with a miss. Johnson a no look, and it'll spin in for Mason Hodges. Timeout. Hold on, yeah, timeout called.
Glendale has come from 9 points down to take their first lead here in the fourth quarter.
Full timeout.
We just talk about the importance of Tommy Hedges and Mason Hodges staying in the game, both playing with 4 personal fouls. If Sean loses either one of these early, it's going to go a long way in deciding who will win this Gold Division title.
Check out mc22.net, our website for all you need to know about our programming schedule for MC22, the air times of our replays and our live sporting events. Much more right there at your fingertips.
Joey Farber yet to score in this half. Had 9 in the first quarter, 2 in the second. Not called his name very much here in the third and fourth quarter. He is out on the floor along with Mason Hodges, Blake Friedman, Tommy Hedges, and Cameron Johnson. And Friedman may have a little blood on his jersey. He is going to go to the end of the bench.
Is he being called back there?
Yeah, it's on his right elbow.
They'll give him about 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think they can just wrap that one up.
To wrap it very quickly.
Glendale, part of that wonderful district. Nixa, Ozark, Branson, Kickapoo, Glendale, Parkview. Willard will host Class 5 District 12, Carthage, Central, Joplin, Neosho, Webb City, and Willard. Webb City moving up to Class 4 to Class 5 this year. Hillcrest going from Class 5 to Class 4.
You know, if you seeded the districts now, you'd have to give Willard a 1 and you'd have to give Nixa a 1. How about a rematch in the sectional between those two?
Could be.
They'll play each other Tuesday night in Willard. Now Friedman leaning in on Huskisson. And Willard already now in the 1-1 with 6:23 to go.
At the line, Tim Huskisson shooting 1 plus the ball.
And Huskisson with 20 on the night. Can he run it down? They'll say Willard's ball.
Right now, Willard 11 for 18, 61% from the free throw line. What's going to happen over the next 6 minutes?
Not terrible, but it just looks, the misses have been magnified. Huskisson whips it across to Raby. Now Kyle Raby may be back. That gives Willard the lead.
I think the pass woke him up. It was a bullet by Huskisson.
Hodges, that is a 2 for Mason Hodges.
Mason Hodges.
Falcons by 1. Huskisson, Willard by 1.
Huskisson for 2.
5:40 remaining.
4 lead changes the last 4 possessions.
Johnson driving, and there's a little hand foul, I think, on Frazier.
Yeah, got him a little bit with the elbow.
Foul number 24, Skylar Frazier, his second.
Just the second foul on Frazier.
But only 14 fouls on Willard.
Only Weiland has more than 2 fouls for the Tigers. He has 3. Comes into Harbor. Raby staying with him and did a little too much on the coverage there.
His first. Mike Nixa, Glendale also played in that Norm Stewart Classic. Raised money for cancer December 5th. They beat St. Francis Borgia by 26, 86-60.
One of those eye-opening games tells you they may be pretty good.
There's the first point of the second half for Joey Harbor. That's tie number 9. Last one came at 39. This one now at 69.
Inside to Huskisson. Oh, way short that time. Glendale looking for the momentum. Here it comes from Harbor. Glendale by 4. And Huskisson gets it poked from behind. Willard ball. Wipe the ball off there. Raby pops, but it's way short. Frazier can't hang on. Now it's Glendale with a 12-4 advantage in the quarter. To lead it by 4 with 4.5 minutes to go at JQH. Harbor and Weiland the matchup out front. A little elbow there from Harbor. Hodges will take his time. Half a quarter to go in the Gold Division Championship. Huskisson leaning in there on Friedman. And just the 6th team foul on Willard.
A foul on Tim Huskisson. That's his 3rd. 6th.
Huskisson double-double last night against Branson. 19 points, 11 rebounds. Just the 6th team foul on Willard. Both teams will be in the 1-1 on the next Tiger foul. Huskisson honorable mention all conference last year. Skylar Frazier was his 2nd team all conference as a sophomore.
To the basket. Count it. Hedges to Hodges in the end one.
foul on Kyle
They got Raby
17th foul. Hodges with the line.
and Hodges for one, as Glendale's come out firing in the fourth quarter.
You just had that feeling when we started the fourth quarter that Glendale was going to come out like this. Timeout Willard.
8-0 run for Glendale. Dusty will have one timeout left after this one. Sean Williamson still with 4 remaining. Sean's family, his daughters, made t-shirts for the occasion tonight, and they're up there somewhere. Next game will be next week, actually a Thursday night game with Glendale and Hillcrest. Girls match up out at Hillcrest. That'll be a live game at 7:30 again next Thursday night, 7:30 here on MC22.
Glendale had a great performance in the Lady Classic over at Drury, a third-place finish after going 0-3 in that Classic last year.
Hillcrest finishing on the consolation side of the pink and white this year. Today they beat Blue Eye 45-33 in their last pink and white game. Sean's wife, Shelly, has a specially made sweatshirt with like Willard on the front and Glendale on the back. Weiland will dribble it out front for Willard. Inside Frazier. Count it for Sky Frazier.
Frazier scoring.
16, which is what he had in the semifinal win last night against Branson. He's got it tonight against Glendale.
3 minutes to play. Huskisson gets in the way. Here come the Tigers. That may be a charge. Offensive on Huskisson, his 4th foul.
That's just Tim trying to make a play. You can kind of see him last year doing that the maturity he has as a senior this year probably would have pulled up under a different circumstance, but his team being down by 5, less than 3 minutes to go, he was just trying to make a play. Coach Killingsworth, a lot going through his mind here now.
Friedman lost it. The fight at midcourt. And a held ball is called. Wow. He just left it behind him there. And then Huskisson and Hampton all over him. This may take a minute to wipe up the floor. .245 on the clock.
Arrow, by the way, favors Glendale.
Well, that's important for the moment. Will be Glendale's ball after that.
Had to wait until 10 players moved so I could see it on the other side of the floor.
Willard really needs to stop here. Oh, Blacksher got the foul. That'll be the 9th Willard team foul, so this will be 1-1 and 2 shots after that on the Glendale side. Falcons have committed 17 fouls.
9th team foul. To the line, Mason Hodges, shooting 1 plus the bonus.
Glendale terrific from the free throw line tonight, 8 for 10.
It's Hodges, and he gets the bounce.
Hodges with 14 points, 10 in this quarter.
Left that one out there. Now Frazier. Up and in. trail by 4, approaching the 2-minute mark to go.
Keep in mind, Tim Huskisson with 4 fouls. Will Glendale takes the ball at him.
Weiland across to Huskisson, and the give to Hampton, and count it.
Everybody was expecting Tim Huskisson to keep the ball, but he found Bobby Hampton, and that will be the 5th personal foul on Tommy Hedges, who sits down with 14 points.
Connor Keltner coming in.
Right, chance to pull Willard within 1.
Connor Keltner. Basket was good.
Well, Bobby Hampton had to have a game like tonight. He was scoreless in the first game, only 5 points in the second, 0 last night against Branson on a 10-point per game average, has 14 and maybe 15.
77-76. Friedman all the way in. His 2nd bucket of the night. Could Willard go for the tie?
Friedman guarding Huskisson.
Pull up for the tie. You betcha! What's next? Sean has 4 timeouts. Now a turnover as Hampton comes up with the ball with a minute to go. Oh, Weiland with Friedman after him. Dusty with 1 timeout left.
Glendale is not backing down defensively in this tie game.
Swing it in, look out. Comes 3, it's Harbor. 22 seconds. Sean keeping him out there. Now timeout with 17.3. This is the highest scoring blue and gold final ever played between these two teams, with Huskisson tying it up. Beats the previous record of 157 points combined in the 1963 final, Buffalo 87, Central 70.
I was 1 year old.
That's the last Buffalo championship in the blue and gold. Remember how dominant they were in the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
And you and I paid our first visit to the Buffalo Gym earlier this year.
We did, and it's modeled after McDonald Arena.
And a great story there with the fire and the rebuilding, and the 67 Buffalo team having to play all their games on the road.
Larry Atwood was the coach up there, and he had to get out of the way because the building blew. And he had to duck and cover the former longtime blue and gold tournament director, Larry Atwood, who ran this show for 21 years, longer than any other head man of the blue and gold. Here we go.
If there is a held ball, the arrow favors Willard.
Ahead, they back off of Keltner. 10 seconds. Harbor for 3. Not there. And Dusty wants timeout. Frazier got really close from 3/4 court. And unless they say Dusty had any time there, we're going to go to overtime. We'll take a short break and be back for overtime.
that celebrates the people and communities served by Mediacom. And now there's a new way to interact with us at mc22.net. Just type in your zip code and see our searchable TV listings. Answer a poll question or click on the Contact Us tab and give us your thoughts. So log on to mc22.net, bookmark it, and catch the best in local programming from Mediacom and MC22.
Sometimes it's laundry, sometimes a juicy crossword puzzle. You need a plan when you know you'll be waiting on hold for customer service. Well, this time, it was a triple layer red velvet cake.
Thank you for calling Mediacom. This is Liz. How may I help you?
I didn't expect her to answer so quickly. Could you hold on just a sec?
Sure, I'd be happy to hold for you.
Wow. I could get used to this. And Murphy could get used to cream cheese frosting.
We're 79 all, headed into overtime in the Gold Division Championship at JQH.
You go back to December 30th, 2000, Ozark 56, Parkview 47, the last time we had a game decided in overtime for a championship. That was the championship of the Blue Division.
We keep talking about these milestone years, Mike. 10 years ago tonight. The last blue and gold final to go overtime. Huskisson comes up with the ball. Working and losing it. Hodges ahead to Johnson. And in.
22 for Johnson.
Weiland, little stop and pop. That'll go down. Harbor wide open at the top. His 5th three of the game.
You can't leave him uncontested.
Weiland floats it in. So now Johnson has to save it. Oh, and he finds Hodges. Remember, Hedges is fouled out. Hodges has 4 fouls. Now Johnson around Huskisson. Timeout. So with 2:24 to go, 86-83 Glendale.
Each team getting the additional timeout in the overtime period. So Glendale 3 timeouts, Willard 2.
Caught her breath now, 2:24 to go. Big crowd watching at JQH, and Willard's ball down by 3. Huskisson. Frazier out there, and Huskisson will launch. Oh, it spins out. Hampton had position, and Keltner was on his back. And it'll be 1-1 for Bobby Hampton. The last 1-1 either way tonight. Wow.
You saw there on the replay, terrific job of getting position inside by Bobby Hampton. Just a 46% free throw shooter says, I don't care.
Well, he better make this next one to get it back to 1. Friedman will direct the show. Hodges. Hampton will come out. Now Johnson. Blackshear stopped him. Johnson all the way. Huskisson got up and got it. And Johnson got it back. A foul on the floor would still be a two-shot foul for Cameron Johnson.
Because it's the 10th team foul on Willard.
Is that Huskisson? No. 20, Blackshear. Huskisson's got 4 fouls. Now Blackshear has 4. Cameron Johnson with the Falcons up 1, and he gets the first for 25 on the night. Betlock for Harbor.
So is that on-demand thing going to start to where I can on-demand this one as well?
Oh, you'll be able to see this one on demand. Only 1 and a 2-point difference. But Willard throws it away. And here comes Joey Harbor. And so the Falcons a 2-point lead and possession now, and Willard will offer some pressure. For Harbor, Weiland will stay out long with defense for him. Johnson over to Hodges, not there. Huskisson, no, it won't go.
Willard better get back defensively.
They make it back. Now they're going to chase and foul Harbor.
Foul number 14, Corey Weiland, that's his 4th.
Weiland gets his 4th foul, and Joey Harbor will go for the double bonus.
79% free throw shooter, 15 for 19 on the year.
That'll make it a 3-point lead. Now for the ever-important 2-possession advantage if he hits this one. You bet.
In the game for the Falcons, number 5,
Olin Betlock returning. In for Huskisson. Huskisson clears the timeline and timeout for Dusty. Willard will have 1 remaining. Glendale with 3 timeouts left with 32-4 to play in overtime.
Second highest scoring game for the Falcons, of course, the 104-57 win over St. Louis. Imagine it is the highest scoring game for Willard this year. They scored 80 in their loss to Marshfield, 82-70.
That on-demand service coming your way now on Mediacom with your digital DVR box. You'll be able to watch this game as often as you like, whenever you want.
I love it.
Watch for it coming to your digital DVR box. New programs every week. You just go to your remote, select Mediacom Local, and choose MC22 to make your selection. Well, a 4-point deficit for Willard. They go for the 2, they go for the 3. Let's see. They get it inside. Frazier back for Weiland. Frazier back inside. The fake, the basket. And no timeout. 2-point game. They're going to have to foul or get the steal, and Hampton fouls.
Foul on Bobby Hamilton, his third.
So now, 2 free throws here would really go a long way toward winning it for Glendale. Tough free throw for Cameron Johnson. He has to make one more. It's 90-87 Glendale.
26 for Johnson.
And Frazier gets the rebound. The difference is 3. Timeout, Willard.
Well, Glendale has left the door open.
Well, these teams now are only 2 points away from tying, Mike, the highest scoring blue and gold tournament game ever played. 179 points between Lebanon and Branson in 1991. That was 106-73. This is far better a game than that was. Well, Willard with the 3 points to make up and 10 seconds on the clock. No more timeouts for Killingsworth. You got to design something for either Weiland or Huskisson to go from 3.
Tim's made 3 threes tonight. Spencer Blackshear with the only other 3. The last couple of games we talked about, Willard's only made 2 threes against Reed Spring, only 1 against Branson. And that was by Tim. Tim had both threes made in the other game. So no surprise as to who will probably put it up.
Blackshear could be an option too. He's out there for the Tigers.
Willard's out of timeouts.
They need a 3 to tie. Ooh, Huskisson has to come get it. There's a foul. It's on the floor. Oh, it won't count. It won't count for Huskisson. The foul on Blake Friedman. That's a dead ball, folks. Huskisson will have to get 2 at the line and then see what happens.
Again, Willard's out of timeout, so.
Casey Wagoner back in for Glendale.
You do not miss this one on purpose. There's too much time left. 5.7 seconds. Long, long time.
Time to foul and then get it back down. He did miss it on purpose, but he missed the rim.
Correctly called by the officials.
Sure enough, and now here comes Jay Stack in for Willard. He'll replace Huskisson because he has 4 fouls.
No, he stays in.
Okay. Blackshear goes out. Williamson is in.
Don't know if Tim did that on his own or we was told by the coaches to do that. That's
Huskisson out now. I was going to say Willard has 6 on the floor. 5.7. If Willard doesn't get the steal, they got a foul. There it is, and there's the foul.
Foul on Chase Stack is first.
Now 2 right here for Mason Hodges to pretty much put the game away.
Return to the game for Willard, number 20, Spencer Blackshear, and number 22, Tim Huskisson.
And now this one to try to make it the highest scoring blue and gold game ever. Glendale is going to do it. Frazier. It's all over. And Glendale wins a classic. in overtime, 92-88 over Willard. They combined for 180 points, one more than the old record for two teams in a single game. Sean Williamson gets the win for the Falcons by 4 in OT.
Sometimes it's laundry, sometimes a juicy crossword puzzle. You need a plan when you know you'll be waiting on hold for customer service. Well, this time, it was a triple layer red velvet cake.
Thank you for calling MediaCom. This is Liz. How may I help you?
I didn't expect her to answer so quickly. Could you hold on just a sec?
Sure, I'd be happy to hold for you.
Wow. I could get used to this. And Murphy could get used to cream cheese frosting.
It's a fast world. Complex, lots of moving parts. MediaCom knows that, and that's why we built you the fastest residential internet service in your area. MediaCom Ultra 50. Beyond massive music downloads and intense HD streams, you move data mountains. You live life upstream and down, and you do it in an instant. Finally, an internet connection that moves with you. MediaCom Ultra 50. The fastest residential internet service in your area. Period. Hold on tight.
Wow, 92-88. Glendale wins the gold division to join Nixa as the 2010 blue and gold tournament champions. It went overtime, tied at 79 at the end of regulation after Tim Huskisson hit a 3 to tie it up. Send it into OT, and it just kept on going from there, but Glendale survives. They improved to 12-1 for the year. Willard is now 9-3. Couldn't have drawn a prettier picture than this was tonight.
I love opening presents on Christmas Day. I love presents of the blue and gold. I love what we're able to present to you. This one went above and beyond everything we have ever done before. How fun was high school basketball tonight in Springfield, Missouri?
One of the greatest finals ever played, no doubt about it. And again, the highest scoring blue and gold tournament game ever to be played, beating the old record by 1 point. Boy, Cameron Johnson, 26 points for the Glendale Falcons, and Sean Williamson. The trophy will be in the Williamson house one way or the other. It would have been. Sean takes it away. 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 1 o'clock for the blue division start times here on MC22 this New Year's weekend. This game, the gold division final, will follow those. And our next game, next Thursday night, January 6th, Glendale and Hillcrest on the girls' side. Next Thursday, 7:30 live start at Hillcrest for that one, but we're going to be remembering this one for a long, long time.
Thank you to Kent Hedgepath, all of the tournament committee. What a wonderful show they put on again this year. How honored you and I are to be a part of this every year.
No doubt. Thank you very much indeed. Well, Glendale and Nixa are the blue and gold champions for 2010. The Falcons win a classic, 92-88 over Willard. For Mike McClure and for Corey Riggs and our crew, I'm Don West. Thanks so much for joining us, and good night from JQH.
Today is a special day.